everybody. Welcome to another roundup with Ryan Mortensen here, the branch vice president with Coldwell Banker in our St. Cloud office. Today, we got a special guest. We have Austin Lyon, and he's the Coldwell Banker, Minnesota, Wisconsin marketing manager for the company. And we're just super excited to have him on the show today. And what's really cool is Austin's going to talk about some of the highlights of the tools and resources that Coldwell Banker agents have to market themselves, market the properties, and to prospect. Isn't that right, Austin?
That's right. Three of my favorite tools that we offer, and two of them make agents' lives a lot easier. The other one makes your client's life a lot easier too on their home search. So really excited to show you these.
And that's what we want. We want to make life easier, right? Work smarter, not harder kind of scenario, right? And with the tools and the ease of the resources that Coldwell Banker has, it really does that. I know a number of my agents in my office do take advantage of these resources, and it has increased their business and their outlook into their business going into 2024, their presence on social media, and then turning one listing into three with our listing concierge program. So Austin, do you just want to give a little introduction to yourself, kind of your background and what you do within Coldwell Banker?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ryan, for having me. Number one. Two, I am, like Ryan said, the marketing manager for Coldwell Banker in Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. I've been in this role for about 15 months now, just over a year. Prior to this, I was working in residential real estate sales. I was also doing freelance marketing for agent teams and brokers, working on their social media strategy, posting on their accounts, creating for sale signs, open house signs, everything you could imagine for them. Prior to that, worked with a builder here in the Twin Cities where I led their online sales and marketing program. So lots of prospecting, lots of outreach, and lots of inbound lead nurturing. That's kind of my thing, really, is that lead nurturing aspect of what we do. Also, one of the more difficult things to stay on top of in real estate is keeping the momentum going with the folks that are already in your pipeline. So yeah, did that. Been in the business for, about 7 years now. Absolutely love it. Have a team that works under me, 3 marketing specialists that work throughout our 24 offices throughout our local operating company.
So Austin, you just talked about your team, right? So let's, I'm jumping ship here compared to what we talked about earlier, but talk about your team a little bit. So you're the manager and you oversee a team. What does that team do for agents within our brokerage?
Yeah, so something really unique that we do at Coldwell Banker Realty is we have these marketing specialists available to all of our agents. And that is something that I've been a part of 3 brokerages now, both working in the corporate field and also being an affiliated agent with them. Our marketing specialists are the go-to person for any of our agents that are located within that office to get marketing support. Whether that's support on the tools that I'll be showing you today, if it's help with ideation of some strategy that they can do to level up their businesses, even if they need some help with their social media accounts, though we can't get you access back if you get hacked. We can still help walk you through some tips and tricks to make it so that you don't get hacked in the future, or setting up your Facebook pages, your Google business pages, all of that stuff. So really, they are a resource within the offices that can meet one-on-one with folks, lead workshops, all kinds of stuff for our agents. And it's free. There's not an extra charge to work with them. And like I said, I used to do freelance for this, and it is not cheap to get the help that my team provides for people. So super great service.
And I know, especially for like newer agents of the business, or even agents coming in and joining us from other brokerages too, is that, we get you set up right away with a marketing specialist, right? To help you switch things over or set up things for their very first time if you're a new agent. And to have that stuff set up relatively quickly, it's very important to get your business up and running right away. And so having someone dedicated to do that is just phenomenal. And I know a number of my agents in my office and throughout the company altogether, do take advantage of that. And so you talked about you can meet them one-on-one, right? And is there another way that you can meet them too?
Yeah, so being a part of a national and global brokerage, we have a lot of resources available to us since we are under a one brokerage model where Coldwell Banker Realty operates the same in Minnesota as it does in California. We can really lean on the availability of our field marketing specialists in other regions of the country. So we actually do have this proprietary tool that has been recognized on Inman and other renowned real estate tech websites called Next Available Appointment. And this takes the convenience of meeting with a marketing specialist and gives it to you a little bit more immediately. Since we have 3 marketing specialists for the 22-ish offices we have, sometimes they can't be available within a couple of hours. And we know in this business, things happen fast. You might get a call from a seller that you've been trying to get under contract for a while saying, all right, I'm ready. Let's get an open house going on Friday, and it's Tuesday. So if you need that help getting those open house flyers created and all of the other assets that go into listing a home, you can go on to nextavailableappointment.com. You get a screen that kind of looks like the CVS Minute Clinic where you click your symptom, but your symptom is really, do you need listing concierge help? Do you need design concierge help? Is it with HomeSpotter Boost? Any of our tools, click that. You'll be connected with a field marketing specialist somewhere in the country within 2 hours for a 20-minute appointment. So really great for those, oh gosh, I am stuck. I don't know what I'm doing and I need help now. And I need help from somebody that's capable that actually knows how to do this. So it's great for that. For any local intel that you need, it's always best to reach out to your field marketing specialists locally to get that expertise. But for the most part, when it has to do with our tools or setting up something, whether it's print or digital, our Next Available Appointment option is very, very convenient for folks. And it's got a 98% solution rate. So when folks do get on the Next Available, you will get your problem solved. And it's got about a 4.9 star rating, and it's been going on for about a year. So
that's awesome. And I saw a couple stats too that they had over 100,000 appointments set just within the last, last year, within the last couple months or some version like that. So people utilize it, and it's really cool too because we're in Minnesota here. Business ends at 5, but people can still go on available appointment and get help going into the evening and even on the weekends too if they do.
And in the morning as well, being central time zone, we really get the best of both worlds. Extra time at night. If you're an early riser and need something at 8 in the morning, you can get that set up too.
That's great. So let's get into it. So when I want to list a property, right? How do I do it with Coldwell Banker? What's the benefit? I heard something about this listing concierge program. Can you talk a little bit more about that? I mean, honestly, I know all about it, but I want to hear it from you and why it's a great benefit for our agents.
Yeah, absolutely. So listing concierge, hands down, it's my favorite tool that we have to offer. When I got onboarded into my position and found out about this service, my mind was completely blown that I could save a lot of time and money in listing a home. So listing concierge, it is an internal listing service that we have that really takes the guesswork out of listing your property in an expert way. So it's subsidized by Coldwell Banker. We'll get into what the back end of the system looks like to show you the value and the price that you pay for these items that are included, but it makes it so that you don't have to think about the open house flyers that you need to create. You don't have to think about getting your photos scheduled, social media advertising, all of that stuff is taken care of for you. And you work with the listing concierge specialist who pretty much acts like flight control, making sure that everything is going the right way so that all you need to do is provide them with your property description and approved proofs. That's really what you need to do to get this done, and everything else is created for you within a couple of days. So it's really
awesome.
cool. Yeah. Should we get into it?
Yeah. So what are some of the features? So if I wanted to go to a listing and win that listing, we're going to show them what our marketing does here at Coldwell Banker. And honestly, my agents who take their listing concierge package with them and promote it, they win that listing. And then it's also a huge benefit to the sellers because they're going to get this marketing that really no other brokerage out there can touch. Right. And so if you want to run through some of the packages or pick a package and talk about the benefits of for one of them, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's go into a new order here. Just put in a fake address, Main Street. And that isn't Stillwater zip code. They're just making this up. So there we go. If you do have an MLS ID already, if you've already put this in the MLS and it's coming soon status or withheld, anything like that, enter that MLS ID in there as well. And then we can syndicate things pretty easily between the MLS and your actual order. But here it is. It's easy. You got 3 options: Launch, Reach, and Lux. Each one is a little different. Launch is our most popular package. It's heavy digital, not really any print advertising. Reach is going to be a hybrid of both digital and print materials. Lux is going to be the same as Reach, except on steroids. The quantity of print material is doubled. The amount of time that is included with online advertising is tripled compared to the first package. And we've got some really awesome connections with some prestigious publications like the Wall Street Journal and Mansion Global that we also get you connected with if your listing is over $1 million. If not, we also have an incredible internal PR team that can help with that. But that's a whole nother story. So for launch, like I said, this is the most popular package here. We've got all of these drop downs so you can get an idea of what this service is that you are receiving from this. So getting flyers ready for you, getting an individual property website set up for you as well. You can use that on your social media websites. You can use it at your open houses if you want a QR code and have people go to that instead of having print flyers. Definitely do that too. Social media, video, slideshow, client report, all of this awesome stuff. The client report is really key to this whole thing. You mentioned before that the goal here is to go from 1 listing to 3 listings. And the power of that lies both in the lead generation that's provided through this tool and also the service that you're able to provide for your client and how that could then turn into a referral for the future for an additional listing or an additional buy or both sides. This client report is a PDF that's sent to you with all of the things that you've done for the listing, which is really the things that you've ordered on Listing Concierge that they create for you. And they give that to you so you can send it to your client and say, look at all of these things. I've went above and beyond. And you can really guarantee that most agents aren't going to be doing this that aren't affiliated with Coldwell Banker. Really just based on the time that it would take to get all of this stuff done. YouTube advertising, this is new as of this year. We've had a great amount of success with this. I just had a product call yesterday, found out that our YouTube advertising view count is actually much higher than what we expect for the inclusion of this package. So 2,000 views on a YouTube video for this launch package, and the average has been about 2,500 views. And that goes up and up and up as the package gets bigger too.
Yeah, and let me kind of like interject a little bit. The YouTube thing's really cool because it's a guaranteed view of the full 30-second ad, right? So if people are clicking off that ad at 28 seconds, it's not considered a view. Is that correct?
Correct. So views and impressions, 2 different things. So the view count is really important. The impression count would be they saw it for 5 seconds and they got the skip ad option and they skipped it. But we do have a very high view to impression count, which is the most important part of all of this.
And I just love it because not only, well, YouTube, I think the last stat I saw was it's like the second most growing, platform out there, right?
Yeah,
and so,
search engine. The second largest search engine.
Absolutely. And in Coldwell Banker, we know what's going on, right? So we are able to use the benefit of YouTube having ads out there for your home that are 30, they run 30 seconds, beautiful pictures, magazine quality pictures, and it's all branded with your information. So some of the stuff that Austin, you're talking about, I see it really too as lead generation for agents. You got the website, the flyers. You're talking about the YouTube ads, the social media for Facebook, Instagram, Google, and things like that. And when people click on that stuff, you're able to see the metrics on the back end, right? And then try to engage with those folks, because social media is all about your return on communication, your ROC, and the more you engage with folks, the better odds that they're going to use your services, or you're going to be able to help them in some respect. So this is huge for his lead generation tool as well.
Yeah. And something that no one does on their own. The concept of creating a YouTube ad, number one, is so foreign to so many people. I am not even a professional at creating YouTube ads because there's so much that goes behind the scenes of where they're hosted, how they are targeted to the folks. And that's all been expertly tailored behind the scenes by our listing concierge folks to make sure that the right people are getting the eyes on the listing, and not just random folks in North Dakota. If your listing is in St. Cloud, that just wouldn't make sense. But people that are local to that area, we're able to hyper target on YouTube more than we can on, let's say, Facebook and Instagram that have some restrictions of who and how you can advertise to folks interested in real estate. YouTube just opens up a huge playing field of how we're able to cast that net even wider and lump it into the additional services that we have within Listing Concierge, like the social and web advertising powered by Boost here. A cookie is attached to you once you interact with this ad. The moment that your eyes go on this ad, your computer then says, okay, so this person must be interested in buying properties, and this is a property that we already have in front of them. Let's show it to them again through the Boost advertising that we have, and that listing is going to follow them everywhere. When I'm helping agents with their stuff, I will see their listing and their photo on random websites that I'm on, whether it's like a recipe that I'm looking up later in the week, if it's just on Facebook or Instagram that I'm seeing it, on the Weather Channel, on news websites, HGTV, everywhere it follows.
Big Brother's watching.
Yes. And the best part about that is that it's a gated access ad through Boost, meaning when people click on it, they can see a couple photos, but then it does tell them that they need to sign in to unlock the photos. And you would think that that would discourage people from actually providing their information. But what we found is that through the way that we were able to target these ads, these are people that are actually going to be interested in the property. So we have, I've seen upwards of 35 real leads on these ads. So not just people that are looking and provide fake information. These are real verified people that are either looking for directions, which is huge. You get that intel that they clicked on the Google Maps link to see where the house is. That could mean that they're going to show up at your open house later in the week. Like that's a big thing too. If they've unlocked those photos, if they are calculating a mortgage on there as well. So tons of insight to make your follow-up that much better, which, like I said before, inbound lead nurturing was my life for quite some time. Having that insight is huge, so you can actually provide value to these people in return when you are following up with them. So there's lots of stuff here, and it's all super cool. And again,
it's all done for you. I mean, basically, right? Even like the photos, you get the listing, you come back, you order the package that you promised the clients that you would provide, and you order the photographer. They come out and they take pictures in a very timely manner as well. They upload them for you, and then all you really need to do is provide the marketing copy. Charming 2-bedroom home, east-facing windows, whatever it is. They get that and they create all this for you. And you go in there and you just look at it, approve it, and then it's sent out. If you're getting print material, it comes right to you. All the social media, the e-flyers are all created, and it's really done. And it's up to you then just to go use them, right?
Right. And that's part of the reason why it can 3x your business. You get so much time back. And we calculate that in the back end too. Every year we run new reports on the efficiency that this adds to agents' businesses. And yet again, for the third year in a row, this is 3x or 3.5xing folks' business that are fully utilizing Listing Concierge, not just placing an order and hoping and praying that it all goes through, but really committing to getting your listing in here and taking advantage of all of the things that this has to offer. Obviously, if you just place an order and you get the pictures and you don't do anything else, it's not going to be magic. It's not going to completely transform your business, but it gives you the foundation to be a more productive agent, because now you have those leads to follow up with. You have that amazing client experience that you're able to provide for your clients. And again, you have the time relieved, where you're not in Canva tinkering around trying to create a flyer and you're not a marketing person, so it looks okay, but it's not really great. Your clients don't really like it. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. So it's huge. You can see down here too, Ryan, you mentioned the photos. Photos are included here. You have the option to use the photos or not. Some people have a photographer that they really love. We partner with 2 photographers in the Twin Cities area that can service from Rochester to Duluth and all the way over to St. Cloud, and then over to our Western Wisconsin markets too. And these people can get out usually within 24 hours. So if you need photos fast, you've got them. And you can schedule all of this stuff within Listing Concierge. So you don't have to call the photographer. You don't have to go on their website, figure all that stuff out. You book your time, they reach out, confirm, and you're good to go. And just the value of the photos alone. This is usually what I talk to people about. Photography in real estate. It's not expensive, I would say, but it's not cheap. And if it is super cheap, there could be some issues, but people usually spend around $150 to $225 for listing photos, depending on the square footage. There is not an upcharge for square footage size within Listing Concierge. It's a blanket rate, and you can see $179. That pays for photos, period. Like the end of the story, that's it. That will pay for your photos. But then you get an $80 value of social web advertising, an incredible value of this YouTube advertising, your website, the flyers. You could expect to pay about $100 an hour for a graphic designer to create things for you. That's included in that price. And the value keeps going up as you go into each of these different orders too. But this gives you a taste of kind of what this includes and how it can make your life easier. If you do decide to do a higher package like the Reach, you then start to get these print materials professionally printed and delivered to you, like their brochures, just sold postcards that are sent to a targeted list of folks around your listing. You can also upload your own list of contacts if you have it. Silver mailer envelopes, another touch of just above and beyond to add to your listing process, like literally a silver shiny envelope that goes to the neighbors of the property, and you open it and you don't expect the listing information to be in there, but then you do, and then suddenly the neighbor says, "Oh my God, what's up with this Ryan Mortensen? He sent me a postcard already. Now I've got this glamorous silver envelope. There's something special here." And then again, layers on top of how can we 3x your business? How can we improve the client experience, and also really make that potential referral business even higher, and get those neighbors because they're going to see your signs. They're going to see your ads as well, probably the most out of anyone. So you could kind of bet that if you're going to door knock for your open house, they're already going to know that your listing's there and that you're hosting an open house. So it alleviates a lot of that legwork for you there too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's pretty much Listing Concierge in a nutshell. Like I said, as you go up in the packages, really we're looking at the amount of time on YouTube, the views, the amount of time on social web advertising, and then some a la carte options down here too. If you want to add extra days, if you want to add extra print material. You can add that here in the launch package. Really, it's been tailored down to a framework for these packages, and then giving you the ability and the flexibility to have those a la carte options that you can add on later. So again, you can see why this is my favorite product ever.
Oh, absolutely. And I know in my office, we're over 50% usage on these. We don't use them for land or commercial properties, but for residential, I mean, holy cow, it is freed up, as you mentioned, agents' time where they're not doing all this themselves, right? And it's done for them. Coldwell Banker, we use the economies of scale since we are a national, global brokerage, and we can push the prices down and get more value for our buck, right? And that's super awesome for our agents, for then Coldwell Banker to help subsidize this too, because we want you to do what you do best, and it's go get more listings. We don't want you spending all this time on there. We got your back. We're going to help you out. We're going to take care of it. Go get that another listing. And this helps you, like you said, 3 times or 3x your business. And it really does. And I got success stories out of my office to back that up. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a $500 value here at the launch package. We're about, I think it's a $1,200 value at the Reach, and Lux is about a $1,500 value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy.
It is.
Actual, the monetary value and the savings you get, and it just blows my mind. And the people that do use this, who are bought into the process, are successful, and really do see how this can impact their business, like you said before.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So we got Listing Concierge. What's 1 or 2 other things that you want to talk about that are really beneficial for Coldwell Banker agents?
Yeah, so I mean, really, the brother or sister program to Listing Concierge is going to be Design Concierge. I will get that pulled up here now. It's just having me sign in. But Design Concierge, it's our internal graphic designers. So no more do you have to search for somebody to make flyers for you, make a logo for you. We have it right here. They're on staff. They're not necessarily local here in Minnesota, but we partner with the largest and most renowned graphic design studio for real estate in the world called The Studio. And it is something that is owned by Anywhere, our parent company. And we've got some pretty cool things that you can do with it. So like I said, it's like a brother program, sister program to Listing Concierge, but it does more than just help you with Listing Concierge. So through Design Concierge, you can create your own semi-custom templates that Listing Concierge can use. So if you're a team that's been established, you have your style, you have your brand, you don't want to necessarily just use the professionally created Coldwell Banker stuff, but you want to have your twist on it too. We can have that created for you as well. For about a $500 investment, those templates are created for you, and you can use them both inside of Listing Concierge and outside of Listing Concierge if you'd like. So really what we're saying here is, if you do a launch package and you've got a custom, semi-custom template created for you for all of your marketing assets, just by doing one order and investing $680, you're still probably saving money if you had done this on your own. So really the name of the game is cost savings here, just in general. Beyond Listing Concierge partnership with Design Concierge, you can see here we've got a huge a la carte menu of add-ons that you can do. If you need a logo created, email signature, we've got custom logos, bios, anything that you would need to contact somebody outside of a brokerage for to have created for you, we've got it. Even down to having an agent branding consultation. This is a new service as of actually this week. So you can now go on here and set up a 30-minute call with our project manager at the Design Concierge to talk through what you would like to see exactly in your agent branding. If that's your logo that you're having created, schedule this time with them so that you can have that FaceTime over Teams and tell them who you are, what you want your logo to be reflective of in your business, all of that stuff. So you're not just crossing your fingers like you would on a service like Fiverr or another gig service for graphic design. You actually get to talk to the people
Yeah.
and get that all locked in. But even if you need a billboard, this is used all the time for billboards or for bus benches, things like that. I mean, we can have that stuff created for you,
Yeah.
and professional graphic designers.
What I was going to say, Austin, too, is, when I talk to other agents from other brokerages, one of the questions I ask them is like, do you have a brand? And a lot of them say, no, they don't. And when I talk to them and able to kind of present this design concierge program with them, they're kind of blown away because, again, it's kind of all done for them. Yeah, there's a cost to it, but it's a cost really investing back into your business, right?
Right.
And the other answer I get too is, yes, I do have a brand. And I said, well, talk to me about it. And the only answer they have is, well, I got an email signature and a Facebook page and maybe a couple other minor things. That's not a brand. A brand is, you set yourself apart. This is your feel, your font, the colors you like, all of that. And it's really a reflection of you, like your person. And the cool part is, whatever you decide to do, it's all consistent amongst all the social platforms or all the print material, all the flyers, right? Yep. And that's a true brand. If you look at McDonald's, for example, they're basically the same no matter where you go. That's a brand. If you're different on social media, different from your website, different from your print materials, different from X, Y, and Z, that's just not a brand. That's just chaos, right? And in this business, we're professionals and we want to make sure we act like it. And the cool part is we got a resource for you. And again, it's a little cost, right? But not as much as if you were to go out in the real world and purchase it. And it's all done basically for you and with you, because it's your stuff. They want to work with you to get it right.
Exactly. I mean, a logo to be created for you is $100. Yep. If you were to ask one of your cousins whose friend is a graphic designer, the going rate, like I said, is probably about $100 an hour. And this is going to take longer than an hour to create. And we have a lot of semi-custom options, but that doesn't mean that it's just basic. Semi-custom means we have a framework to go through. And you can see here, 3 pages of all different logo versions. And these can be the springboard for what your logo actually looks like. It's not like they're going to take this Taylor Martin 27 and just put Ryan Mortensen right on it. They're going to have that consultation with you to learn about the colors that you want in your brand, the feeling that you want to invoke. If you are more of a casual agent, if you're more of a luxury agent, if you're a suit and tie kind of agent, or if you're a t-shirt and jeans kind of agent, really, you can tailor that to here to make it so that you are as authentic as possible, which is also incredibly important in this business because there are a lot of fake folks that are just putting stuff out there that maybe doesn't actually reflect their brand. And like you said, Ryan, that brand beyond just your brokerage is really important to stand out in this marketplace where there are thousands of real estate agents trying to compete for the same business. So this really helps you get differentiated. And you mentioned new agents joining our brokerage. We do have these additional packages here that are inclusive of these a la carte options that are discounted if you use them in a package. So one of the more popular ones when people get started, if they are joining our brokerage, they've never thought about having their own branding, doing the essentials package gets you your logo, it gets you your email signature, it gets you your social media stuff. So that now that is at least locked in so you can feel confident unveiling, 1, your new brokerage affiliation, and 2, your new identity as a real estate agent that maybe you didn't have defined before. And we believe here that you should differentiate yourself in the marketplace, that you really should be able to feature your value proposition beyond just having 5 years of experience in the market. But what are the other elements of that? So we encourage folks to really invest in that. If you really want to get nuts, you can go the full disruptor package that you can see here includes a ton of stuff and a lot of custom stuff just for you. And this is great for teams that are joining us that maybe need a refresh after being at a brokerage for 10 years. They just need to completely reestablish themselves and zhuzh their stuff up. Maybe not completely overhaul their logo.
What was that word?
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Good luck spelling it. I looked it up the other day. I think there are 10 different spellings to that word. But yeah, to get a little zhuzh and a little extra. So really, really cool stuff here. You get multiple rounds of proofing included in this pricing. If you need more, then you'll just be billed at a small hourly rate on top of the included hours that are set. And also keep in mind too that these are the expected figures for the cost of these. Sometimes the work doesn't take that much long and you don't get charged the full amount of the work. So if you are getting a full custom logo created and it's a $300 charge, if it only takes them a couple of hours, you may only get charged $150 to $200. But that's not a promise, but just some context of the flexibility within the system too, that we're not assuming that every single order is going to be the same. We want you to be able to have some autonomy in what that looks like in the relationship with our designers. Yeah.
And you can start small and then keep adding stuff as your business expands and as you get more, as you go along of your careers in the real estate business, you can just keep adding on if you wanted to as well. It doesn't have to be the full $1,700 investment. It could be $100, $150 right now, and then just keep adding to it. So it's great to have those a la carte options. Austin, I'm going to switch gears here a little bit, and I think talk about our last topic here, which is our Moxie Suite or Moxie Works program. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So here's Moxie. Moxie Engage is one part of our Moxie Suite. So Present, Engage, Websites, and Impress are the four elements within Moxie Works. Engage is what I have pulled up here. This is our CRM system. It talks to the rest of the tools within within Moxie, so everything's integrated. You're not copying and pasting the same information over and over to different platforms. It's all going to be speaking to each other. One really cool thing within Moxie Engage specifically, because I could talk about all of Moxie tools probably for an hour. One really cool thing is our neighborhood newsletter that goes out to your contacts that you subscribe. And this is a pre-done intelligent prospecting tool that has a huge success rate with opens, anywhere from 50 to 80% of an open rate. An industry benchmark key here, 50% may not sound that great. Benchmark is 20% for a successful campaign, like a really successful email marketing campaign. Getting 50 to 80% is just bonkers. So that shows you that this is valuable stuff that we're sending. Remember, anything that we're sending out to clients, anything that we're prospecting needs to have value, not just a, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. This goes beyond that and provides them something that they actually want. So neighborhood news, you get your prospects set up within the CRM. You assign a zip code to them, and then they start receiving these monthly newsletters with neighborhood updates within their zip code. So my zip code's 55042 in Lake Elmo, Minnesota, complete opposite side of the world from Ryan, pretty much, within the Twin Cities metro. But they get sent the active listings that are up around them, the market trends around them. You can toggle this between sold prices, active prices, the market changes between months, average days on the market. I'm in a small country-ish, but still suburban suburb with a lot of new construction. So things aren't selling super fast over here since it's mostly new builds. So you'll see that reflective here. But if you were to look in like Minneapolis, this is going to be average days to sell, probably less than 30, which is also really important here, because if your clients are looking at different zip codes, they're able to come in here and adjust the zip code to reflect different areas that they're interested in. So if they're not interested in Lake Elmo only and they want to look at also the St. Paul market itself within like the downtown area, they can do that and then see different market insights and trends that could give them a good idea of if they want to be involved in a competitive market within the city limits, or if they're really looking for a little more relaxed experience in a suburb like Lake Elmo that may not be as intense of a buyer situation like we're expecting here in the next couple months. But you get these really good insights as a client. You also get good insights as an agent. You know, if they open this email up, your contact information is down here. If they are clicking in to view these active listings, you will receive a notification saying that they are looking at these listings on your website provided through Moxie. And you get to see if they're looking at photos, and truly if they're interested in the homes that you're sending them. They can favorite them, they can save them. You've got all of that information for you in your CRM system. So really, this is an extra element of value provided both for your client and for yourself to remove some of the legwork of having to go into the MLS, setting up a custom search that looks like crap when it goes to their inboxes, that's not user friendly. One Home is a great system, but it's not as pretty as others. And it's not tailored to you and your brand and your brokerage. So this being inside of our platforms then gives you all of that data that you may be missing out on a third-party search engine, like just using the MLS's Save Search. Highly utilized feature within here. Highly recommend folks to try this out and see what their success looks like as well. This is just sent to me, but you can see that I've clicked on some things and it logs it here in my activity details. And then also it will link up to the other elements within the CRM with their faves and saves, like I've talked about. You can create a tailored save search beyond the neighborhood news within here too, that also looks more appealing than just your basic MLS search. But yeah, it's a really user-friendly, intuitive platform. It doesn't get super in the weeds. It's pretty great. I love this feature too. A lot of people just have their sphere loaded into their CRMs. This gives you kind of like a Tinder feel. You get to play Tinder with your prospects and go through and click
Swipe
left
left,
or
swipe
right.
right. Yeah.
Yep. If they're a client, if they're a non-client, let's say it's your sister-in-law, you just want to keep her in your CRM just for postcards and all of that stuff, like holiday things, non-client, and go through here. So when you do upload your export from your previous CRM, you can get things cleaned up really quickly by just doing the left, right, get them where they need to be, and get your business going. Really, the theme of all of this is let's spend less time wasting away on all of the minutia that you have to deal with as a real estate agent, so you can do the things that actually get you money, which is getting out there and selling properties, connecting with people, instead of being on Canva for 5 hours, which I love to do as a marketing professional, but I'm not the one out here trying to sell homes to make a living. So we really want to make things as easy as possible for you so that you can hit the ground running, especially when you first join a Coldwell Banker Realty office.
Yeah. And the thing too, all the stuff you talked about, Austin, and honestly, everybody out there, we just hit the tip of the iceberg on some of the big stuff that Coldwell Banker, does offer for resources and tools for, our agents. And not only is this a benefit to the agent themselves, but also to the clients, because the power of Coldwell Banker been around since 1906. We've gone through it all, right? We know how to provide the best service out there. And with the size that we are, being able to use the economies of scale and forward thinking, especially with our leader, Ryan Schneider, is taking all the stuff to make the client experience that much better too, and sell the house faster, quicker, and in most cases for more money. It just benefits everybody. Everybody has a happy experience, and clients can only really get that great service if they're working with a Coldwell Banker agent, and they should, right? Absolutely. There's my plug, because we work with Coldwell Banker. But otherwise, Austin, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll have you back on again talking about some of the other tools that we have to offer. This was a lot, and it's great stuff. And if anybody's out there and they're interested in learning more about the tools and resources that we have to make your business just level up to that next level, reach out to me, especially if you're in the St. Cloud-ish area. I would love to chat with you, talk to you about this, and let you know what we can do to really build your business, provide that great service to clients, and get you to the next level. So, Austin, thank you so much again. I appreciate your time. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
I'm excited for it. Thanks.
All right, thanks.